Hello, welcome to Mr. B's Ukulele channel. Please like and subscribe, and I hope you enjoy watching. This is a re-released tutorial for one of my favourite show songs. It's Mary Poppins' Let's Go Fly Kite from the original 1964 classic film. And I've re-released this one because originally I wrote it in the key of G, which sounded a little bit like this. With tuppence for paper and strings, you can have your own set of wings. With your feet on the ground, you're a bird in flight, with your fist holding tight to the string of your kite. And I was quite happy with it, but it was quite low down. It was a bit muddy when you were singing it. And this is all about flying kites. We want to soar. So I've lifted it up one tone into the key of A. And it now goes like this. With tuppence for paper and strings, you can have your own set of wings. With your feet on the ground, you're a bird in flight, with your fist holding tight to the string of your kite. And now that just soars, especially when you get to the chorus. It really works beautifully. So I think this is a much better arrangement of it in A. So we're going to relearn it now and get that mastered in the new key. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to have a look at the chords. The chords are relatively easy. There are a couple of difficult chords in there. There's an E and a B. So for that reason, I have put it in as a level 4 song. However, you only play the E once in the whole song. I've sort of minimized it. So I wanted the E sound in there, but only really at the very beginning. And I've taken it out of the mid-verse where it could have gone as well. But I decided just to stick to the E7, which is an easier chord to play there when you're sort of in the middle of a verse. So we have a little bit of an E, but not much, and a little bit of a B as well, which is not a difficult chord to play. It's very similar. In fact, it's the same positioning as a B flat, but just move it up 1 fret. We'll look at this in a second. But the B is just one you might not be familiar with. So we've got the E, we've got the B, so it's a sort of moderately challenging level 4 on my list. Okay, let's look at the chords in order. We've got the A and the A7. We've got the B, we've got the D, we've got the E, and the E7. Okay, and like I said, it's the B and the E, the B and the E that you might want to look at. Let's look at those chords in a little bit more detail. So starting on the A, nice and easy. I always say the A is like the F chord, but your first finger is lifted up from the E string onto the C string there. So it's first finger on the C string on the first fret, second finger above it on the G string. The A7 is nice and easy. Just take that second finger away and you've got that first finger on the C string on the first fret. The B, if you're familiar with the B flat, just slide the whole thing up 1 fret. And we've got the B. If you're not familiar, I'll just talk through it. So our first finger goes on the E and the A at the bottom there. And our second finger goes above it on the C string on the 3rd fret. So first finger's on the 2nd fret, third finger's on the 3rd fret, first finger's on the 2nd fret, second finger's on the 3rd fret, third finger's on the 4th fret. I think I got muddled there. And it's E, A, C, G. There we go. You've got to be really tight with all the finger positionings to get a nice clean sound on that one. Then we've got the D chord, which is our second finger across the G, C and E strings on the 2nd fret. Let's skip to the E7, I'll finish on the E. The E7 is first finger on the 1st fret on the G, second finger on the 2nd fret on the C, third finger on the 2nd fret again on the A, nice and easy. And then our monster chord, the E. I really don't like this chord, but it does sound nice. It's just very difficult to play. There, it's a lovely sounding chord, the E, but it was a horrible, because look at my fingers, they're really horrible to play that chord position. So I wanted to use that beautiful sound in this song, but not really have to have that horrible chord position in too many places. So actually what I've done is that is your opening chord. So all you need to do is at the beginning of the song, glue your fingers in place there for 1 chord. And That's the only time you're going to play the E, but it just gives a beautiful opening chord that really gets the song off into a nice bright start there. So it's deliberately once at the beginning, and it does make a difference. And it's a nice way of sort of beginning to use that E without having to get stressed about it in the middle of a song when you suddenly have to change into it. Okay, so they're the chords. I was going to say nothing too difficult there, but a couple of difficult ones. So have a look at the B, have a look at the E, and take your time on those. And then when you're ready, move on to the rest of the song. Okay, so the strumming is relatively straightforward on this one. It's a nice sort of flowing down, down, up, down, up. So not quite the normal down, down, up that I do in a lot of my songs. Just a little bit more of a sort of pause in between some of the strums. Down, down, up, down, up. So if I do it on the A. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down. So there's a bit of a pause after the first strum. And the thing about it is that you can basically add a few extra down ups on the end. So you can go down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. It can just sort of turn into a flowing down, up pattern, but you're emphasizing the extra down as and when you sort of want to, depending on the vocals. But it's fundamentally down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. But you sort of play around with that and just let it flow with the song. So it's a nice sort of relaxed strumming pattern, but you can sort of vary it and do quite a bit with it throughout the verse and the chorus. Okay, let's have a look at a bit of a walkthrough, and you'll see how that all fits together. So we start with the monster E. I'm just going to get my fingers into position. Like I said, we only have to play it once, so once I've done it, I've done it. So my E first, and then it goes to E7, and then 2 strumming patterns on the A, and that's my short introduction. Here we go. And I'll just tell you there, if you're doing the E to E7, your first finger stays in the same position, so it is a nice transition to make, and then you sort of reel your second and third finger in from that horrible stretch to a nice comfortable position on the second fret. Let's do it one more time. With tuppence for paper and strings, you can have your own set of D wings. With your back to the A, feet on the A7 ground, you're a D. Bird in B, flight with your A, fist holding tight E7 to the string of your A. Kite, ho, A7, ho, ho. And you can hear there how the vocals suddenly soar because we've gone from the rather muddy G key into A, and it's just lifted the whole thing up, and that's really beautiful, that bit there. Kite, ho, ho, ho. Then we go into the chorus on a D. Let's go fly a kite to the A, up to the highest height, E7. Let's go fly a kite and A, send it A7, soaring D, up through the atmosphere, A again, up where the air is clear, E7, oh let's go fly A chord, kite. Okay, and it's as simple as that. So just to run through the layout, it is introduction, verse 1, chorus, verse 2, which is when you send it flying up there, and then the chorus as well. And I finish with a double chorus at the end just because it's such a beautiful part of the song. And that is it. I'll do a short demo now so you can really see it in full swing. I hope you really enjoyed learning this wonderful show song, and really enjoy having a go. Okay, thanks for watching. Take care. Let's go fly a kite up to the highest height. Let's go